So recently I put together a video that showed how we make homeschooling easy for us, some of the ways that we organize and so on and so forth. This is just a short little video on a few of the essentials, things that I just think have made homeschooling really easy and can't imagine homeschooling without. So I hope that you find some of these useful as well. Okay, here's one of the things that I have done to make life easier with homeschooling. Over the years I've collected these posters, and in various homes we've had them on the wall. However, that isn't always the most ideal situation, and it really is easy to just hole punch them and put them on this dowel, and then I can just use whatever one I want accordingly. Another thing that I use are little totes and bins. I particularly like these because they've got a handle. They're a small size. We can fill them with whatever we want and take them in the car. So whether it's flashcards or index cards to put notes on, throw in some pens, pencils, dry erase markers, maybe even crayons or a couple of Hot Wheels. We've been known to do that too, but something that we can just fill up with whatever we want and carry it with us and just put it in the car and use it on the go. Another homeschool essential are these plastic sheet protectors. I'm real big on protecting different resource and reference pages, as well as reusing different worksheets. I'm homeschooling 4 kids, different ages, and rather than buying an expensive curriculum or trying to find something that works for me year after year, I find something that works once and I put it in a plastic page, and when I'm ready for a particular child to use it, I just pull it out and make a copy. So for example, this is our math binder, so I've got all kinds of different math worksheets in here, and the same goes for pretty much any subject that you can think of. So these plastic sheet protectors have been a huge lifesaver for me, and definitely a homeschool essential. Another essential is a journal. Each year I start a new notebook, or I've even kept a record on my laptop. But either way, I like to have some type of written record of what my kids do, and I update it. I always start the year off saying I'm going to do it daily, and then eventually it's weekly, and sometimes a whole month will go by. Fortunately for me, I love to take pictures, so I have lots of pictures of things that my kids have done, whether it's here in the home or out on a field trip. So that kind of helps me keep track. In addition to any paperwork, worksheets, that type of thing that they keep in their binder, I feel it's real important to keep a journal as a record of everything that they've done throughout the year. This way I have something to use when my kids are being assessed, because I choose to having them assessed over going through the testing each year. My personal preference, you do what works best for you. The final home essential that I want to share with you now are the binders. These 2 binders belong to my sons, but each of my children has a binder every year. Obviously, just like brick and mortar kids, it's a binder to keep all of their work throughout the year. But this is in addition to the journal that I keep and all of the pictures that I have. This is just another way to show the teacher at the end of the year different work that they have done as she goes to assess them. So as you can see on this one, it has my son's name. This was because he's been learning to write his name, or he was earlier in the year. So this was just a reference so that should he forget how to write any of the letters, they're right there for him. And then you can see he's got, again, those plastic pages, just different references, things that he might use throughout the year, some copy work, and then in the back is a folder where he can store all of the paperwork that he's done throughout the year, as well as various worksheets that he hasn't completed or is currently working on. Same thing with my older son. He obviously doesn't need a name tag, but he also has some copy work. In his case, it's cursive. He has a notebook, and he also has a folder where he can keep all of the work that he's completed, as well as the work that he has yet to do. So this, again, a great way for them to just keep all of their work with them, easy when we get them assessed at the end of the year. And this is something that is easy to use, whether they're sitting at the dining room table or maybe doing work in their bedroom, or whenever we go somewhere. They can do their work in the car or just take it and maybe do work while they're having a fun day with a homeschool friend. So I would feel lost without these. I feel that this too is a homeschool essential.